Alright guys, today we're going to go ahead and start chapter 2, lesson 1, percent of a number. So we're going to use this first one as an example to help lead us. You don't necessarily need to write this one down. It's more of a thought-provoking start to this problem. So some students are collecting money for a local pet shelter. The model shows that they've raised 60% of their $2,000 goal, or $1,200, and just did this to me. There we go. So we are going to, sorry, my computer is being very difficult and touchy today. We are going to figure out what the percent looks like as a decimal and a fraction. 100% is 1, and as a fraction, it's some kind of number over itself or equal to 1. They could have chosen, in my opinion, 2,000 to put in here, but again, that's part of the notes. That's not me doing that. So now we're going to fill in the rest. So next I have 80%, and 80% is 0.8. And then 0.8 we know is 8/10, and that is the same thing as 4/5. Next I have 60%, which is 0.6, which is the same thing as 6/10, which is equal to 3/5. My cats are playing behind me, I'm sorry. They're distracting me. Next I have 40%, which is 0.4, which is the same thing as 4/10 or 2/5. Then I have 20%, which is 0.2, which is the same thing as 2/10, which can reduce down to 1/5. And then 0% is 0 and 0. So essentially, if I compare my percentages to their decimals, all I've done is I've moved the decimal place 2 places to, that's not what I clicked on. So in order to convert from the percentage to decimal, if you haven't noticed, we just move the decimal 2 places to the left, and I need to go backwards. I forget my video is backwards compared to my screen. Okay, first problem. We can either do the following things if we're finding the percent of a number. We can either write the percent as a fraction and then multiply, or write the percent as a decimal and multiply. So you're going to want a handy dandy calculator. Number 1, find 5% of 300 by writing the percent as a fraction. So I just got something all over my notes. This is a problem of doing videos in the kitchen. Oh well. So we're going to take my percent, so 5% is 5/100, and we're going to multiply. The word of means multiply. 300, and 300 is the same thing as 300/1. And I like to do, when I deal with the fraction part, I like to leave it in terms of fractions. So top times top, bottom times bottom. This will give me 1,500 over 100. And then we need to simplify this. So I know if it ends in a 0, I can cross them off. So it's the same thing as 15/1. Or 15, because 15 divided by 1 is 15. Next one, 25% of 180 by writing the percent as a decimal. So first I need to start by taking that 25%. The decimal's hitting at the end, so I need to move it over twice, so it's 0.25. And then I'm going to take that 0.25. I'm going to multiply it with 180. Get out my handy dandy calculator. 45. I typed something wrong. My answer key's wrong. Sorry. I was taking a moment for myself. Okay. Pause the video and do these 4, whichever way you choose. I don't care which way you choose. Can you see that last one? Yes, you can. Okay, I couldn't tell if my face was in the way. Do these 4, see what you get. All right, you should get 28, 15, 88, and 210. Next, when I deal with something larger than 100, I still keep it the exact same way. I take the percentage and I put it over 100, and it's the same thing as moving the decimal place over twice. That's all to it. So find 120% of 75 by writing the percent as a fraction. So I'm going to take 120 over 100 times 75 over 1. So I'm going to take 120 times 75 because off the top of my head I don't know that, which gives me 9,000 over 9,000 over 100. And then we cross off. Okay, computer. And then we cross off the corresponding zeros. So I have left 90 over 1. So 90 is 120% of 75. And then I do the same thing here, except this time we're writing it as a decimal. So 150% as a decimal is 1.5. So I take 1.5 times 28, which should give me 42. All right, boys, find those 2. And we're almost done. Sorry. Pause video, find those 2. Should get 30. And we should get 56. All right, refer to the graph. If 275 students took the survey, how many can be expected to have 3 televisions in each of their houses? So let's highlight the key parts. How many houses have 3 TVs in it? Well, if we look, this is 0 TVs, 1, 2, 3, 4, more than 4. So we need 3 TVs. So that's 23%. So I need to also discuss then how many people took the survey. Well, 275 did. So I want to know what 23% of 275 is. So 23%, I like to do the decimal way. I don't know if I'm weird, but that's just what I do. So I do 0.23 times 275, which gives me 63.25. And then I ask you, can you have a quarter of a person? No. So because 2, that guy right there, is smaller than 5, we have to round down. So about 63 students have 3 TVs in their house. All right, do this word problem. Figure out how much this guy earned. Okay, he should have earned $150.20. All right, gentlemen, I will see you for your assignment.